Hello everyone, hello! Welcome to the Friday night stream. Just Guy, hello! We got Atario, we got Coral Sands, and we have a standing desk stream today. Wow, so different, so unique, so very, pretty much the same. I was doing a lot of video editing today, and I think I finally discovered that like just this new chair that I'm using in here that was hopefully less creaky, just a little bit less creaky than my last one. Just like, I just had some really bad posture. So I was editing for like 2.5 hours, and then I straightened up and my back just cracked all the way up the top. And I was like, oh boy, I'm gonna pay for this later. I am currently. Wow. What a time, what a time. Luckily I have a standing desk in here. I just don't often use it, but, you know, it pays in dividends when you have it here. Happy Friday, everyone. Happy Friday. I don't know what time it is for everyone, but it's a Friday, and that's one day away from the weekend, and I hope you're able to have a nice, relaxing weekend. Maybe get some writing done. Maybe just chill. Maybe just chill. For us, it's a weekend of house chores. The winter is coming, and what that means is all of our patio furniture and stuff needs to be put up. So when we get 3.5 feet of snow, we can clean it off. The second winter that we were here, we had so much snow that the deck in our back of our cabin just fell off the cabin. And I had to go buy this new jack stand and raise that entire corner of the deck up and shimmy under there, which I'm sure I was seconds away from getting guillotined, and put a bunch of screws in there into the house. Just Guy's gonna chill. Stray Bubble's getting a haircut this weekend. Love it. Ichario says jealous about decks breaking. But you know what? To each their own. I feel ya. I feel ya. I'm just playing. Yeah, let me know if you have any cool weekend plans. We also have to go into a little town nearby to pick up my wife's wine club monthly wine subscription. Now that's something to be jealous about. But that's kind of it. Today I almost wrapped up the editing I need for what I am happy to say is the most ambitious video that we've done yet with writing theory. It'll be coming out late this month. It's probably taken me something like 30 something hours to put everything together. And I think it's going to be a really good video, and I hope you guys like it. I'm almost done with it. Sometimes you have to do some kind of like lower effort videos so you can give yourself time to work on those bigger videos. And that's what's been happening. I've been working on that this week. So let's talk about the stream. I see Atario saying, just missed the snow from my childhood. I don't know what area you're in now. I had the opposite sort of setup. I was down in Georgia, in Atlanta, for almost all of my life. And so we probably had a total of like 5 or 6 days of my entire life that was snow. JPB, welcome, welcome, hello. Stray Bubble says, might buy a certain little book about talking dogs. Wow. You know, I was actually just thinking before this stream that after we're done with Novella November, we're going to, yes, tall Carson here, tall standing desk Carson. I'm not tall. I'm not short. Your boy's average. I was thinking that after Novella November, we're going to set a date for a full sort of like writing breakdown for Starlight Farms Kennel for Talking Dogs and just like blow the whole thing wide open. I'll open up my Scrivener file. I'll show like my plot frameworks and plot dumps. I have a little PDF of something called the story breakdown that I recorded as I wrote and put all into this like nice little formatted document into a PDF. And we'll do a big live stream where we talk about this whole thing. And I give you that PDF and you can have it for reference for, you know, each like section of this whole writing process. I recorded things like, here's the challenge that hit me when I was writing this section and I really got stuck. And then this is exactly how I got over it and what I think could have been done better. What I think this, you know, this solution kind of fixed or what I learned from it for the future projects. I put all of that into like a 40 to 50 page PDF, I think is what it was. And I'll make sure that you guys can all get access to that as well. And we'll just have like a huge breakdown. It will be full of spoilers. I personally don't think spoilers really ruin a book. I think personally it's more about the journey, but I'm not going to spoil it for you without warning anything. So, yeah, if you want to pick this up, I'm thinking right now, probably mid-December, we'll set a date, make it kind of a big event. I don't know, maybe we'll do something cool like some kind of giveaway. Hey, that sounds kind of fun. But yeah, we'll plan all that in the future. So if you can get that book and you want to prepare for that sort of story breakdown, you can read that. And I'll tell you right now, there's a couple really big topics I want to talk about because of things that I still think I could have done better in this book. But at some point, you have to just acknowledge that you have to be done with it. And so we'll talk about the things that slipped by because of that decision and what I would have done differently, but still happy with this. I hope you really enjoy it. And we'll do that big writing breakdown. I plan to do that with every single one of my books. Right now, doing the live stream is kind of like a full recording of my entire writing process. But for anything I write off stream, I take like, not like a journal, like it's not like a daily writing thing, but I keep track of all these kind of writing decisions I make so that we can all talk about them. Stray Bubble says, I'll be looking at building a website for your channel this weekend. Nice, nice. Creative Otter, welcome, welcome. We love having the otter in the channel. Yeah, Stray Bubble, are you going to go through some website builder, or do you have some experience building websites yourself? In case you're wondering, my Writing Theory website's built using a static site generator framework called Hugo. Depending on how tech savvy you are, there's different ones. There's Jekyll. There's Gatsby. These are all different static site generators. It makes it very easy to be able to write content in a markdown, save it in a specific place, and then build your site in a very specific way. Something to look into if you feel like you're tech savvy enough for something like that, but ain't nothing wrong with a website builder. All right, so Friday, what are we gonna do today? Of course we're gonna write, but also, you know what? I kind of just want to have a little bit of fun tonight too. So, I don't know if you guys have ever heard of this website. It's called Sporkle. It's where they have a whole bunch of quizzes, and I was gonna do some quizzes with you guys in the live stream. I went ahead and opened a bunch of tabs of these different quizzes, and I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna expose myself. I am a big book fan. I have not read all the Harry Potter books. I have not read all of the A Song of Ice and Fire books. I have not read all of the Lord of the Ring books. I have not read... No, okay, I think I've read a lot of other things. But there's plenty of stuff I haven't read, and we're going to do some book-focused Sporkle quizzes. If you haven't done something like this before, Sporkle, you go here, you make an account, and it just has all kinds of different quizzes and stuff that people make. So sometimes there's some really fun things here. So we're starting off, and I want you to help me. We're starting off by Harry Potter, Hunger Games, or Twilight. I'm going to have 3 minutes to try to figure out who all of these people, here, I can zoom in a little bit, who all of these characters are from. I have never read Twilight. I have read the Hunger Games books, and I have read the first 4, I think, Harry Potters. So, let's see how I do. Or do we have anyone in here who feels like they are an expert in all 3? Harry Potter, Hunger Games, and Twilight. Do we have any professors in chat? Any Hunger Games doctorates? Any post-grad Harry Potter fans? Any Twilight connoisseurs? And if you want to play along and see what you can get with your score... Hello, hello. How do I get this to... Come on. There we go. If you'd like to do this quiz yourself and see if you can beat me, the link is now in the chat. Also, I have to cough. We in this. All right. Let's see what we can do. I'm going to hit play quiz and I'm just going to go. Potter, Hunger Games, which is G, and then Twilight for T. All right, we in this. Finnick right off the bat feels like a Harry Potter. Boom. Carlisle, that's straight Twilight. BT, that's Hunger Games. That's so futuresque. How is it? Is it G? Let's go. Myrtle, I know that one. Potter. Vinia. Dang it. Flavius, that's got to be a Hunger Games thing. Draco, Potter. Quirrell, Potter. Peta, Hunger. Oh, this is easy. Alastor. Alastor feels like a vampire name. Could still be a vampire name. Esme, is this not the baby? The child? The Renesmee? That what the kid's name was? Filch, Potter. Embry. Easy. Bree. So I kind of have to decide which one of these kind of names, like which series has the most normal names. This is definitely Twilight. Haymitch. That's the coach. Easy. Hunger Game. Potter. Not Potter. Dang it. Minerva. This could go either way. Minerva. Potter, for sure. Hagrid. Easy. Neville. Effie. Hunger Games. Madge. Hunger Games. Oh my god, he's on fire. Quill. Potter. God! Bella. Can't miss that one. That'd be bad. Potter. Emmett. Hunger Games. Cato? 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 Who the heck is Cato? We're running out of time. We got 1 minute left. Cato. Hunger Games. Oh, he's rocking it. Senna. Cho. Oh, duh. Plutarch. Jesus. Potter. Hunger Games. Twilight. No clue. Got it. Dang it. Rosalie. That's got to be Twilight. My God, he can't keep getting away with this. Wirus, got to be Hunger Games. Edward, Clove, Prim, Hunger Games. Voldemort, Potter, Gale, Dimitri. Terry got 50 out of 60. Holy smokes. We know what was tripping me up. First off, I cannot believe Quill is not a Harry Potter character. That's got major Harry Potter energy. Major Harry Potter energy. Look, you will not catch me DNFing a quiz. Do not finish. That's not me. Now, let's talk about this. That's a bad name. That's a bad character name. Am I wrong? Thresh? I don't... I think there's plenty that's already being said about Renesmee. I think Thresh is my least favorite name on here. But you know what? The thing is, like, Goyle's a terrible name, but it's first off, no offense to any Goyles out there. Love you. Thank you for tuning into the live stream. Goyle's not a great name, but my God, does it make a good character when you take a Goyle and make Goyle like who Goyle is? Because then he's for sure Goyle. You know what I'm saying. Plutarch, that's crazy. Stray Bubbles saying what I'm thinking. I just didn't want to be the one to say it. I just didn't want to be the one to say it. All right. They're not all like this. We got some more. If you're not a Harry Potter fan, first off, I am below average in this. Brutal. Let's go to the next one. Book titles. Fill in the title. Link going in chat for anyone who wants to join. I'm not going to look beforehand, but I will make sure that we are zoomed in enough that you can see what's happening. I don't think I am the most knowledgeable when it comes to like classic literature, and I think these are going to be like the classic literature thing. Atera, don't look, you can't look yet. No spoilers. No spoilers. Also, you might get auto-modded. The auto-mod might get you. The idea of Foxface being given a name and not a nickname is so funny. I'm with you. I'm not sure which it is, but the idea of her parents looking at a baby and being like, Foxface. All right, I don't know how this one works, but we're gonna go. So we got 42 books here. We got 5 minutes. That is plenty of time. We going. By the way, I don't do a ton of quizzes on Sporkle. I just really like a streamer who does. And so I don't know how they all work. So we may lose a couple seconds to the learning curve. Feel free, link in chat if you want to do this one. Let me know what your score was. We off. A blank for Owen Meany. Prayer. Let's go. Of Skip. For Whom the Bell Tolls. Dorian Gray. The blank of Madison County. Don't know. Crime and Punishment. Oh no, dude. On my typos is going to be the death of me. Of Mice and Men. The Scarlet Letter. Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. Boom. Easy. Hawthorne Heights. Oh no. Skip. To Kill a Mockingbird. Blank in Rodanthe. Blank in Rodanthe, huh? Don't know. Tale of Two Cities. The Great Train. Escape? Robbery, right? Yeah. War and... Crap. Peace. Thank God. Uncle Tom's Cabin. The... Something of Being... Oh, I know this one! I'm gonna have to come back. The Catcher in the Rye. The Sound and the Sound and the... I don't know that one. Fry, The Beloved Raven. The Kite Runner. Boom, nailed it. Madame Bovary. Karamazov. Don't know that one. The Blank Machine. The Chess Machine. The Red Badge of Courage. Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. All Quiet on the Western Front. Hound of the Baskervilles. 100 Years of Solitude. Solitude. Oh my God. Win. A Train to India. A Plane to India. A Flight to... You know what? We gone. War of the Worlds. Grapes of Wrath. Lord of the Flies. Watership Down. Their Eyes Were Watching God. Adventures. Huckleberry. Huckleberry. The Blank of Tides. Blank of Tides. The Eyes of Tides. That's the Ides of March. The Last of the Mohicans. Stranger in a Strange Land. Farewell to Arms. The World Blank to Garp. Belongs to Garp. Love in a Time of Cholera. Okay. Of Something Bondage. Okay. The Blank of Madison County. The Blank of I can't look at chat. The Witch of Madison. Oh, that's a great title. Someone should take that up. How was it not Hawthorne Heights? Is that not like am I misremembering? Wuthering Heights. Wuthering Heights. What is it? Hawthorne Heights is a band. Blank and Rodanthe. Cows. Trials. Roads. The price of being earnest. The cost of being earnest. Oh. The sound and the noise. Dang. Cry the beloved tears. The blank machine. What is the blank? The time machine? Let's go. A blank to India. A march to India. Okay. The blank of tides. The rising of tides. That would be a great name for the changing of tides. Oh, another great title. Come on. Someone's got to tell me who Garp is. I refuse to believe the world blank to Garp. The world turns to Garp. The world, I thought belongs feels right. The world needs, no. The world sound and the source. The sound and the waves. The sound and the singer. Oh, dang it. Dang it. I thought that was pretty good. That's technically better than average. Wuthering Heights by Nathaniel Hawthorne. Thank you. Thank you. Did anyone else do this one? Anyone else do this one? Human Bondage, the Bridges of Madison County. Night in Rodanthe. The Importance of Being Earnest. Of course. Of course. I spent this whole time just talking about an emo band from the mid-2000s about Hawthorne Heights. What's that one? They have that song about Ohio. Ohio is for lovers, right? Oh, no, can't click the link. Maybe you can copy and paste, see if that works. But you can always try the next one. We got 2 or 3 more, and then we're going to do some actual writing. Thank you, Creative Otter. I tried my best. Sheesh. The World According to Garp. Has anyone ever heard of that book? The World According to Garp? That is insane. Prince of Tides, A Passage to India. I was so close. And I definitely did not get Brothers Karamazov. You know what? I feel okay with that one. That's definitely better than the Harry Potter, Twilight, Hunger Games one. Speaking of, Harry Potter characters by first line. Harry Potter characters by first line. I've seen all the Harry Potter movies. I wonder if this is in the first lines of dialogue in the first book. First lines. Now here's the thing, as a filmmaker, you probably understand the introduction of that character needs to be pretty close to what the book has, because that's what all the audience members are watching you know? Harry Potter character by first line. Oh, I don't want to look. 10 minutes? We're not taking 10 minutes to do. Even if there's 40, we're setting our own timer. 3 minutes. I'm going. If you're in chat, if you're waiting to do the next one, now's the time. We doing this. Dostoevsky. What a guy. Nice. Here we go. Little Tyke. Oh no. Wait, page 2 has gotta be like oh no. That's gotta be Hagrid. That sounds Scottish, right? Oh no. Dude, we're not gonna get past the first one. That's okay. Page 2 is that opening scene where they're in like the street and Dumbledore is flicking at like catching all the street lights. Oh crap. He's with the McGonagall. Professor I can't McGonagall. Crap. Alright, next. Won't. Dude, how do you do this? How do you hear won't? Or read shan't and know what character it was? Know why? That's gotta be... Is this Harry? I refuse to believe this first one is not Hagrid. Oh my god. Dude, I'm gonna embarrass myself. Oh no. I'm gonna embarrass myself on stream. Hold on. This has gotta be Hagrid. We got one. We got one. Let's go! How'd you know it was me? Is this serious? Should have known. I feel like Sirius Black isn't in any of these. Albus. This is gonna get bad. Albus. Albus. Oh no. Nearly. Who was the dad? Who was the Dursley dad? Millennium Storyteller, hello, hello. We're in a high pressure situation here. Dudley, Mr. Dursley. Who would say both of those names? Is that not who? God, dude, this is insane. Okay, we got two. We got two. The usual Hagrid. Okay, that's someone in the bar that they go to. Dudley, Mr. Dursley. Who would say Mr. Dursley? Say Mr. It wouldn't be Mrs. Dursley. A lot of Mr. Potter, just can't tell you. That's the dude in the who has Voldemort in the back of his head. No, that's the next guy, the stuttering guy. Oh, what was his name? Crap. Oh, I'm not gonna remember that one. One speed only. Oh no. Packed with muggles, of course. That's gotta be Draco. No. No. I'm not Fred, I'm George. Fred. Oh my gosh. Is George nearby? Is George around here? Dang it. Okay, we're in. Is it 94 pages before you meet the kids, right? Like Ron. Good afternoon. Hello, Hogwarts 2. Oh no. Hogwarts, dear. Guys, I gotta call it. I'm not gonna spend 10 minutes here typing in Ron into every single one. Little Tyke is Mr. Dursley. Won't is Dudley. Someone said that in there. Creative Otter said, oh yeah, that Shant Dudley. I didn't even know some of these characters had names. Only one speed only is a bus driver. Stuttering one. I couldn't remember that guy's name. Dude, there was a 0% chance I was spelling Professor McGonagall correctly. 0%. Okay, Etariel, thank you. I'm glad I'm not the only one. I could not remember a single thing. All of the first pages were all the Dursleys. Harry doesn't have a line of dialogue until 19 pages in? That's insane. Grip Hook. Dude, I do not remember like any of these characters. Hello Hogwarts 2 was Draco Malfoy. Interesting. I got the first pages. Those are the only pages I read. Hey, great retention. Great retention. So Ron doesn't have a line of dialogue until 95 pages. I don't know if I would be bold enough to write a book and not have the major supporting characters show up until the 95th page. Until we're basically in triple digits. That's wild. That's wild. Anyone else in here that's... I think I would have gotten... Oh my god. I don't think I would have gotten Snape. Because his line is so vague. I definitely would not have gotten the Sorting Hat. Dude, that's wild. Alright, let's blow through the next ones. Next up, we got children's books by cover images. Children's books by cover images. I wonder how universal these are going to be. I can see two just at the bottom of my screen right now that I know. There's only 20 here. I'm going for it. If you're going to do it, good luck. We got the Giving Tree. Easy. We got... These look like the two guards that one tells the truth and one lies. That, not Alice in Wonderland. Diary of a Wimpy Kid. That was kind of past my time. Dude, look at that eye. That's a Dr. Seuss book, but I don't think I'll just be able to say Dr. Seuss. Right? Is that Horton? Here's a Who? No. It's not Cat in the Hat. The Places You'll Go? Dang. That's Harry Potter. You can't slip one by me. Okay, this one's... Oh, no. What's this one called? Is it like, Have You Seen My Mom? Mother? Are You My Mother? Oh, nailed it. Is the Velveteen Rabbit around here? Dude, that looks kind of Did this not give nightmares to anyone? You seeing this? It feels kind of dark, dude. We got the Hungry Caterpillar. We got... Is this like a... Let's see, Hungry Caterpillar. Oh, crap. Am I missing it? Is it not? Hungry Caterpillar? Am I thinking Hungry Hippos? We gone. We leaving it. Do I see Polar Express down there? I do. Do I see... Who are the other famous rabbits? Look at this guy down here. First off, is that his nose? Or is that his... What am I looking at? This looks like the big friendly giant or something. There's no way I'm gonna pick like one out of 50 Dr. Seuss books. Dude, I don't recognize hardly any. Is it Hungry? Dude, am I just misspelling caterpillar? What is this thing? That just looks like something out of like the Powerpuff Girls. Oh my god, dude. I think I'm gonna have to give up. Also, is this a fireplace? I thought these were like two abstract guards standing. Oh my god. No. Do we have a Pinocchio in here? Crazy. Summer. I'm trying to cheat on this quiz. That's insane. That's insane. Okay. Is The Giver a kid's book? The Giver, you know, here's the thing. I don't recall reading The Giver. The Giver very much does not seem to fit in the place with Stuart Little, Guess How Much I Love You, and The Very Hungry Caterpillar. I was misspelling caterpillar for 4 minutes. Eterio says, I got 4 right and I will blame it on being German. You can't use that excuse for everything. Am I wrong about The Giver? I feel like this was like, as someone who didn't read it, the cover did not instill children's book vibes to me. But also, The Very Hungry Caterpillar and Bridge to Terabithia seem like very different books. That's insane. That's insane, dude. That's insane. Can someone validate me? Those books were like crazy. It felt like it was like out of 20, 17 of them were for like babies. And then it was like Bridge to Terabithia, The Giver. Isn't that insane? Thank you for the validation. I feel reinvigorated, you know? Creative, I would have gotten like 3. I feel like novel by opening lines, I may have a better chance in. Simply because I feel like I may have come across like web articles that were like, wow, call me Ishmael. That Moby Dick's got this great beginning opening line. The opening line's so important for so many books. Right? Think I could get some of these. Did I post this one? I think I did. Novel by opening lines. Bro, am I the person who made... Holy crap. The person who made this quiz has made 789 different quizzes for a total of 148 million combined plays. Dude! I didn't know we were working with the quiz creator GOAT. Derek is insane, dude. I hope he's getting paid for that. Give this man a penny per play. Derek, crushing it. Holy crap. Giga Chad. We need this guy and the guy who fact checks all the Wikipedia articles to get together and create something. It'll break the internet. That's insane. Shout out to Derek, dude. All right, novels by famous opening lines. Novels by famous. Let's go. Let's go. We're doing it. It was the best of times. It was the worst of times. It's by Charles Dickens. That was Tale of Two Cities. Okay. All children except one grow up. That's got to be Benjamin Button. Crap. Okay. The Curious Case of Benjamin Button. Oh, are you kidding me? Am I misspelling Benjamin? Oh, no. That's crazy. Okay. It was a pleasure to burn. Fahrenheit. Oh, crap. What is it? Oh, no. I feel like I've heard so many variations of Fahrenheit 451. Oh, my God. He's done it. Moby Dick. All right. It was a bright, cold day in April, and the clocks are striking 13. That feels like 1984. Better not tell nobody but God. Sheesh. Don't know that one. A monster came to the small town of Castle Rock, Maine. Stephen King. What story is in Castle Rock? I don't think that would be it. I don't think that would be not Carrie. What would that be? Castle Rock, Maine, and it's a monster. Which one of his stories is in Castle Rock? Oh, there's so many to consider. Oh no. He was an old man who fished alone. Was he... Is he in the sea or is he in the sea? Through the fence between the curling flower spaces, I could see them hitting. I haven't read any Faulkner. Infinite Jest. Oh, I thought for sure I could snipe it, you know? The week before there, I don't know, 124 was Spiteful. Toni Morrison. I haven't read any Morrison either. 124 was Spiteful. What would 124? That Catcher in the Rye. Is that Toni Morrison? Oh, sniped another one on accident. Let's go. A week before their departure, that's Dune. In a truth universally acknowledged, a single man's possession of a good fortune must be in want of life. I have not read... Don't crucify me. I haven't read any Jane Austen, but I have a feeling this must be Pride and Prejudice. Nailed it. All happy families are alike, each in their own unhappy way. That wouldn't be Anna Karenina, right? Mr. and Mrs. Dursley. Hey. Oh no, they're gonna make let's go the original one. Philosopher. Crap. Okay. In my younger, more vulnerable years, my father gave me some advice that I've been turning over in my mind ever since. By The Great Gatsby. Okay, we can snipe these. We can snipe these. All children except one grow up. Not Benjamin Button, though that is a great guess. Great guess. There's only one other kid that doesn't grow up. That's Peter Pan. Let's go. Let's go. You better not tell nobody but God. Alice Walker. Alice Walker. Would that be Alice Walker? I don't know. I don't know Alice Walker. Not so long ago, a monster came to the small town of Castle Rock, Maine. Oh, dang it, Stephen King. It's a great opening line. Oh, I'm just gonna have to go with his best hits. Shining. It. Not Carrie. It's not what's the dog? What's that dog story? Not dang it. It's not The Mist because there's no monsters there. The monster is probably a person. 124 was Spiteful. Who was 124? Dude, I feel like I should know Toni Morrison. Weak. Cujo. And it was Cujo! Oh! Oh, man. Okay, here's the deal. Never heard of Beloved. Never heard of Beloved. Never heard of The Sound and the Fury. I feel like I've probably heard The Color Purple. I was so close to Cujo. So close. In the final seconds, too. It was on the... I was thinking Hugo. And I was like, no, I think Hugo's like the boy in a clock tower somewhere. See, you guys got it in chat. You guys got it in chat. Cujo's all over the place. Hey, Cujo's. Cujo's. All right, we got one last one. Then we got to do some productivity, do some writing, have some fun, get productive. So we got one last one to do. If you have not joined us and you want to, I have not seen the movie for Cujo. Well, I feel like I've seen some specific parts because I think like a mom and her child with asthma get stuck in a car because of Cujo. I feel like that's a scene that is coming to mind. Stephen King's a monster, dude. I bet there's a great quiz on here for naming every Stephen King book. Especially if they give you like a synopsis. That would be fun. That's a quiz. I definitely could not name off like how many. All right. In chat, without looking it up, how many Stephen King novels or short story compilations do you think he's released? How many publications do you think he has? Just spitball, right? I'm going to go and say that he has written and published, and it's going to be tough because there's going to be things like short stories and blah, blah. I'm just going to choose a number. I bet I could go and get his entire catalog and it would be like 58 books. 58. I'm gonna look it up. How many Stephen King publications? Even Google doesn't know, dude. Even Google is like, at least this amount? Even Google is like, I can't be confident, but let's say at least 72. That's hilarious. Google's like, there are some questions even I can't answer. You're expecting too much from me. Google's like, I'm not magic. I have my limits. That is a lot of stories. That is crazy. And you know what? What's real crazy is in the past, I'd say like 5 or 6 years, I've read 2 of his more like recently released books, like released in that 5 or 6 years time. Fairy Tale by Stephen King was a very interesting and unique read. Very interesting, very unique, very enjoyable. Fairy Tale by Stephen King. You should read the should at least read like the synopsis of it. That was a really good book. I did the audiobook. Each summer I pick a couple books, and while I'm mowing our big property out in the sun and the nice weather, I'm listening to audiobooks. And Fairy Tale was a lot of fun. And oh, Millennium Storyteller is currently listening to it. Very cool, dude. Yeah. How far in it are you? Let me know. It's a good one. It's a good one. And then I also listened to The Outsider, which has a very interesting writing choice that I can't talk about unless you know I go and spoil it. But a very interesting and bold writing choice to be like, you think this book's about this thing? Nope. About something else. That's all I can say. Oh my god. How many Millennium Storyteller, how many people do you think that's gotten? In over the past 30 years, 40 years, maybe even that story's probably been out for 40 years. When did it come out? When did it come out? I feel like it probably came out in the 80s. That was still when Stephen King was doing a lot of cocaine. All right, I'm going to do this next quiz and then we're going to do some writing. All right, 15 stories, literature, oldest to newest. Pick the work starting with the oldest and continuing to the newest. Nudist, whoa. Straight Bubble says, I've never read even a single Stephen King book. Worth checking out. There is definitely a reason why he's so popular and unique. We'll talk about it after. Hold on, let's go. Boom. All right, oldest to newest. 18th century BC. Dude. Epic, that's got to be Epic of Gilgamesh, right? 8th century. Now we're going to be with Beowulf, likely. I think Oedipus probably came later. Oh, it stops if you miss one. All right, I'm not looking. I'm redoing it. That's not fair. All right. Okay. Epic of Gilgamesh. Boom. 8th century BC. If it's not Beowulf, it's gotta be one of these like Roman ones or Greek ones, right? What? All right, I'm not okay. I'm doing it again. This is not right. Something's wrong. Someone messed up there. Look, this guy, William II, first off, he's not even the first William. Second off, he only has 8.8 million quiz counts. Come on. Bring me back David. Hello, Justin. Welcome. All right, we going. Epic of Gilgamesh. Now, you're telling me the next story is not... Oh, we got Iliad. Divine Comedy, though? Oh, okay. 430 BC. 430 BC. Beowulf or Oedipus the King? I'm gonna go Beowulf. All right, I'm not gonna waste my time. Oh, that was brutal, dude. Justin says, hey, why is my name tag green? It should be pink. What the heck happened? I don't know, Justin. I don't know. I didn't do anything. Why would your name be green? Is there a way to make... All right, I'll do this one more time. Epic of Gilgamesh. The Iliad. Oedipus. Beowulf. We got work to do. Quizzes aren't fun anymore. Brutal. Here's a question for those who have read Stephen King books. And I think I've probably read like 8 to 10 Stephen King books if I had to guess off the top of my head. What do you think is the best starting book for a new Stephen King reader? Because there's different levels of Stephen King. There's like Stephen King, I'm going to like really like in weird ways. Like I'm gonna do like the Dark Tower series where things like you can barely wrap your head around them. And then there's like Stephen King where he's just like, people are messed up. And that's like the full extent of the book, right? Misery, Millennium Storyteller says, Misery, great one to start with if you don't know how you're gonna like the more fantastical elements that Stephen King can bring. So like, Misery, definitely a good start. But like Stephen King is known, for those if you haven't read Stephen King, which most people have, but if you haven't, most of like Stephen King will have like very creepy, very wild stuff, and it'll dip into like the realm of like the occult or magic or just like twisted stuff that's like more than life. I think yeah, It is of course like a famous example of like, okay, now we're not just dealing with a serial killer or something. Now we're dealing with this clown, but he's so much more than that, right? A great one, Under the Dome, kind of has that idea. I'm a big fan of Under the Dome. Under the Dome's a good one. Or you could just go Pet Sematary is top tier Stephen King. Ontario says, I expect a list of at least 72 Stephen King works in order, easiest to hardest to read. Thanks, guys. Yeah. Let me just type that one up for you. Probably like 2-3 minutes. 2-3 minutes right off the top of the Dome piece. Desperation is a great example. I don't think I've read Desperation. I feel like you kind of have. Stray Bubble says to try to avoid paranormal or the occult. Totally fair. There's a lot of Stephen King books that sometimes will feel like a normal book, and at the very end you might learn it's more, right? It dips into the paranormal or the occult. Misery does not. Misery is just about two people, right? Another example is, well, it's hard to pull out any examples of spoiling any. You would definitely not like Pet Sematary then. should look up a list of worst scenes in Stephen King books. All right, here's the deal. Here's the deal. You should not look up a list of worst scenes with Stephen King books unless you are also going to look up a list of the best scenes. You got to get both. You can't just focus on that. But there are some very questionable decisions that Stephen King has made in his career, and they are very strange. Very strange. Creative Otter, I love paranormal and the occult. The Pet Sematary, probably for my money, has been the... it's kind of tough to say like the scariest book. Maybe like the best horror book. Pet Sematary is probably the best horror book I've ever read. It's got the kind of horror elements that even like months after you finish the book, it's still in your head. And that's great writing. Pet Sematary, go read the synopsis if you haven't. The guy, if you've ever seen the TV show Dexter, the guy who plays Dexter did a reading for the audiobook for that book. And that's what I listened to. And fantastic. All right. All of that said, we took an hour just having fun. It's time to be productive. Let's get some words down. What do you guys think? Is everyone ready to do a little bit of writing? We're going to do 20 minutes. I'm going to tell you where I'm at in my book and sort of what I'm about to tackle next. I would love to hear about what you are about to write. I would love to hear where you're at in your book. I am finally at the point. I am at the scene. We are going out to find the body. Now, at this point, watch out, William. You might not want to say that in the chat. You might get dinged by YouTube. YouTube might be like, "Whoa, what are they talking about?" Be careful. I am at the point where we finally discover the body. Now, here's the thing: if you are writing a book that has a scene akin to this, something where this is kind of where you decide like how far your book's gonna go, right? Am I gonna sit here and describe in gory, graphic detail something about the body? Am I gonna keep it very much off the page? Remember, in your proto draft, you can kind of do whatever you want. You can fix it all in editing. It may be that if you decide you want to write something that's kind of more grotesque or something that's kind of heavier or something that's more intense, you may find that throughout the rest of your novel, you never hit those same kind of levels in your writing, and that's okay. Do it in your proto draft, fix it in editing. Don't spend too much time trying to think about, oh, should I write it this way? Should I write it that way? Well, what does that mean for the rest of my writing? If I make a decision now, what's going to go into effect later? Just write it. Proto draft, key tip. Millennium Storyteller says, I'm dealing with the aftermath of several characters' deaths. Oh, with the engineered man on the MC's chair. That sounds really interesting. Now, I find sometimes it's a little bit easier to write the big intense scene like those characters dying. And sometimes it's a little harder to write that emotional beat that follows afterwards. Let me know if you feel the same way. Creative Otter says, I just noticed I said Steven instead of Steven. We all noticed. Fake fan. Just playing. Okay. Justin Thor says, there's a scene with a expanded version of The Stand, and there was a scene in a short story with the library policeman. Let's see, yeah. I know what scene you're talking about with the library policeman. I read most of The Stand. I never finished it. I think I had to like return it back to the library or something. But, all right, here's the deal. Let's do some writing. I'm going to put 20 minutes on the clock. Microphone going off. Music going up. Let's put in the work. Do a little bit of writing. And by the end of the stream, you'll feel like, hey, we had a good time and I made some progress on my story. Well, that's the deal. Good luck, everyone. Let me know what kind of progress you made after. Let's do it. It's that easy. It is that easy to write. Just sit here, 20 minutes. Katie, hello. And do some good, focused writing. It is that easy. See, I'm at 98.48. 98.48. How'd everyone do? What kind of progress? Millennium Storyteller, 446 words. Nice. Nice, very nice. Every time we do these little writing sprints on the stream, dude, it feels so good to just make progress in something. To say you sat down and you did it, you know? Jay says, I melted my brain planning for 3 hours yesterday. But you know what? That's good brain melting activity. You could have melted your brain watching True Detective. Is that what that show's called with Matthew McConaughey? Boosin says, I was so locked in. Dude, nice. Nice. JPB, 400. Millennium Storyteller, average about 800 words a stream. That is dope, dude. That is nice. Bad ADH brain day. Oh, I get that. I walked away with just 100 words. Hey, JP, it happens. It happens. It happens to everyone. You know, these live streams have kept me accountable for making progress in my writing. There's some days I'm just like, oh man, like I did a bunch of video editing today, or I did like X, Y, or Z, or I was really creative with this other thing, and now I feel like those creative juices are just like all used up. But like sitting here on the live stream, hanging out with you guys, doing those 15-20 minute sprints, at the end of the day, I probably have like 1,200 extra words in my story. That's dope. I think this weekend I'm gonna try to sit down and just like really make some good progress. I'm kind of like, I'm itching to come to one of these live streams and just show you, here's all these cool things that I did. I feel like you're seeing a lot of my writing process. Now I'm just excited to like get to the most fun parts of the novel, you know? All right. Well, Katie, you missed that we did a couple quizzes. We did some Harry Potter quizzes. We did some Hunger Games quizzes. We did just some classic literature kind of stuff. We had a lot of fun. I'm glad you're here. But you know what, JP, bad ADH brain day. Dude, that is relatable. That is extremely relatable. There are some days, I think this is pretty universal, but there are some days, correct me if I'm wrong, if this doesn't happen to you, but there are some days where it's like, it feels like there's so much you have to do that you can't even make yourself start doing. And it's the only thing you can think about then. It's the only thing you can be like, oh, I have so much to do, I need to get started. But just the act of starting that huge list of things, impossible. Impossible. Oh, you know what? I forgot to do my top of the live stream stuff. I was so excited to do our quizzes. Let me mark some things out here. By the way, this live stream is partnered with Pro Writing Aid. Pro Writing Aid is partnering with us to do these live streams, and they're doing it in a way that I think is very awesome. And that is simply just allowing us to do these live streams without having to run a bunch of ads in the middle of them. Pro Writing Aid's been a big fan, big supporter of writing theory, and that is very humbling to me, because I reached out to them just like asking if there is some way that we could like work together, because I use Pro Writing Aid myself. And then we started talking and we realized that Pro Writing Aid is sort of like really wanting to make this shift to be the writing tool for creative writers. You know, I think that the fact that it integrates with things like Scrivener is like the big selling point for me, because there's not a lot of things like that. But I use Pro Writing Aid on all of my writing. You see it running up here on the live stream, and I wanted to talk about one thing. Here's the cool thing. I was talking to Pro Writing Aid, my sort of representative over there, earlier this week, and we were talking about the different reports and everything, about the ones that I use specifically, because we were talking about, like, you know, let's like make the ad reads more personalized, more fun. Let's have them be something that's more of like, you know, I just want to make sure that you're getting the information I think is really important. And one of the things we were talking about was the fact that I've found out more about my writing style, and this isn't even like a sponsored thing anymore. Now I'm just chatting with you guys. I found out more about like the same writing mistakes I make over and over again by like running a report on my writing, and Pro Writing Aid was like, dude, you have to stop using the word that in like every sentence. Or it highlighted so many times that I was writing and I would say like a couple of blah blah blah, or a couple of blah blah blah. Like in Starlight Farms, I used a couple of in my writing probably like 15 times in this book, probably more to be honest. But I was totally blind to it because it just makes sense in my head to like talk like that. Maybe that's my southern roots, but I was like and using the word that, I always felt like that brought emphasis, being like, and she thought that it was an important thing to consider, or he picked it up and said that blah 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 blah. But turns out you can cut out the word that in just about every context, and it doesn't change the meaning of the sentence at all. There were some things about my writing, like these kind of like mistakes. I would say they're kind of like amateurish kind of mistakes that I was totally blind to until I was running some reports and editing Starlight Farms, and I was like, oh my god, I write too much like I talk. Itariel says, is Pro Writing Aid only available in English? I don't believe so. I believe Pro Writing Aid is pretty big. I believe they've already handled all the localization sort of part of their growth. But let me do a quick little, let me go grab there's some information I'm sure I can grab off of their website here. Justin says, isn't that like a 300-page book at a trim size 6x9? It's something pretty close to that. There is, oh, you know what? Itario says currently it's only available in English. Currently only in English. That's what Google says, at least. You have to do more research. I can't find a clear answer. All right, sorry. Justin said, oh, sad. I'll take it up with them. I will fight for this. I'll say, we need German, and we need it now. Yeah, so Justin says, isn't that like a 300-page book at a trim size of 6x9? I believe, dude, this was the tough part. There's a lot of different factors that make up how thick this book is. This book is, I think, like 299 pages, almost exactly. 290, yeah, it's like 300 pages even. Justin says, I'm saying repeating a common phrase 15 times over that many pages, not a big deal. It's not, but it was something that, like, the more important thing was, like, I didn't necessarily want to say a couple of so many times in my writing. It's just how I would normally speak. But, you know, in editing, you're kind of trying to catch a lot of those kind of things. And so, I don't know. It was just good to know. Something I totally would have been blind to, except I did editing. And it was like, hey, you've used this thing so many times. Here's one of the interesting things when you go to publish your book, which might be happening, which this book you're writing right now could be published by the beginning of next year. Isn't that insane? Think about that. So you'll have to choose your trim size, and especially if you're going through Amazon, it'll have a whole bunch of different options. You have to choose your trim size, right? So that's going to determine simply how big the book is, gives you more page to put your words on. So that'll determine more about the length of your book. Then you need to choose your font size, and that'll have a big impact. Then you need to choose your margins, and that'll have a big impact. Every teeny tiny little decision to make, whether it's the margin at the top, whether or not your chapter is going to start midway through the page or somewhere else. There's no way to know how many pages your book is going to be, basically, until you order that like test copy. Which is kind of frustrating because you need to know how many pages your book is going to be to design the cover right. Because your front, back, and spine cover are all one image. And in order to know how thick you need to make any spine designs, you need to know how many pages your book is going to be. It was really hard, dude. It was hard. But we got there. We got there. Yeah, Creative Otter says that is useful when you actually want to point that out. So that was the thing, is like there were plenty of times I was using the word that as kind of like in my head, it was like emphasis, which is kind of a little harder to convey through words. So, you know, I got that editing advice from the Pro Writing Aid tool, but it doesn't mean I got rid of every single instance. Katie says, William Zinser's book chapter on clutter is a wonderful tool. I'm holding a workshop on revisions 2 Fridays from now. That's awesome. Yeah, I have heard a lot of great things about William Zinser's writing. Is he the one who does the Elements of Style? Is that their book? Justin says, if I publish this book, it's definitely going to be under a pen name. It's not Stephen King Kinky, but Blue Vikings from Space. You must be talking about Ice Planet Barbarians, a work of art, mind you. Dude, that game, what did I call that? Reread, recommend, retire. There's probably better names for it. That was a lot of fun. I had a good time doing that. Ice Planet Barbarians, all 17 books in the series, is art, mind you. Yeah, that was fun. That was fun. That's E.B. White. On writing well as Zinser. You're totally right. You are absolutely right. He mainly does nonfiction. Good to know. Good to know. All right. I say we knock out another 20 minutes of writing. We can walk out of here with 800 to 1,000 something words done. And then we'll just chat for the last 10 minutes and do it. Millennium Storytellers, I do plan on publishing this novella. That is awesome. You absolutely should. You will learn so much about that process so that when your next thing that you publish is ready to go, you're going to be already up here with all the knowledge and mistakes and lessons learned from the previous one. And that's exciting. That's exciting. That's progress, baby. Millennium Storyteller, I do plan is. Justin says, now if you like paranormal suspense and don't want to deal with weird stuff, I recommend Dean Koontz. I've heard a lot of good things about Dean Koontz. I've never read one of his books. A lot of times, especially if I'm like looking on Amazon and I'm like, oh, here's like a Dean Koontz book I will check out. Like I'll like check out the synopsis. The synopsis is always so bland because half the synopsis is like, Dean Koontz, multi-award-winning, great, fantastic author with his new book who's guaranteed to be on the bestseller list and change your life and creep you out and blah, blah, blah. And then the actual synopsis of the story is like, this book is about this dude who can read minds. Weird things happen. And I'm like, what? That doesn't tell me anything. But it's mostly just because so many of those books that, like his huge catalog is a lot from before they were all digitally hosted and all that stuff. I don't know. Stray Bubble says, what happens if you plan for a novella but it turns into a full-length novel? Then you finish writing the novel and you publish that novel. That's it. That's it. Ain't nothing bad about it. Ain't nothing bad about it. There's also, okay, let's be clear. Let's be clear, everyone. Let's be very clear. This whole novella, novel, word count ladder that exists out there doesn't mean anything. Doesn't mean anything. Write what you want to write and put it out in the world. Call it a novel, even if it's 50,000 words. This is like 53,000 words, something like that. I originally started calling this a novella. I don't care anymore. This is a book. Go pick up my book. I stopped calling it a novella because I was like, what does this mean? It's 300 pages. Whatever. Call it a weekend read. People can see the length of this on Amazon when they're purchasing it. So it's all made up. We, as people, made up all these words. There's wiggle room to everything. So like writing a novella to a novel, ain't nothing changing. Nothing's changing. Ain't nothing changing. Too long to be a novella. 300 pages full novel by technical definition. And yet, a novel, if you look up the word counts, is like 80,000 words. 70, 80,000 words. And anything under that is a novella, and this is 53. But it's at a trim size and font size and margin size where it happens to get up to that 300 pages. It's all made up. It means nothing. We're just out here making words, you know? They're more like guidelines. One of my favorite authors, Stuart McBride, ended up publishing extra story in a novella he took out of his main story. Interesting. A wise man once said, all words are made up. Thor. Infinity. Let's do some writing. Let's do it. Let's knock out another 20 minutes. Let's get some good progress on here, and let's finish strong. Let's do it. I'm going... Hold on. Let me get my screen all set up. We got 20 minutes on the clock. Microphone going off. Music going up. Finish strong. Get lost in your story. Enjoy being there. That's probably the best advice I could ever give anyone, right? Enjoy writing your story. Enjoy being there. You're going to miss it when it's gone. You're going to miss this. Didn't some country person say that? All right. 20 minutes. Let's go. There we go. How'd everyone do? I had to look up some information on my phone. You know, there's some crazy research we do as writers. Crazy. 1,331. $10,000 words, let's go! We're in the 5 digits. Millennium Storyteller, about 500 words. Ontario, 500 new words. Great progress. 235 words, let's go. Nice, nice. 450, says JP. Solid 450. JPB, 400 words. Good job, everyone. Look at that. 2 sprints. We got 400, 500, 600 words. Some of us maybe got close to 1,000, maybe over 1,000. Millennium Storyteller, so close to 10K. Katie says 200 new words, kind of slow. There's nothing slow about it. It's still progress. You still did it. All right. Good job, everyone. Good job. I had to write the scene of my people pulling in the body from the water. And now I'm still sort of walking this line of how, like, I don't really want my story to be graphic. It's not really meant to be like a graphic story, but I do want it to be somewhat close to realistic, feasible, maybe, with some artistic license. You know how it goes. But I wrote a good scene. I felt good about it. Jay says I started writing one chapter and then hopped to another one because I couldn't think of what to put. That is awesome. We call that non-linear writing, and that is a great move, a great tool to have in your back pocket. For anyone else who starts writing a scene and you just like don't know how to finish it, you don't know sort of where to go next, non-linear writing is the idea that you know what's happening. You know what's supposed to happen in your story. If you don't write the next 300 words, you still know what's going to happen next. So you make some notes. You act like you wrote that scene as well as you could have, and you pick up that next chapter and you keep moving on. It's the proto draft. That's the whole idea. That's the whole idea. Gabriel, 375 words. Let's go. Good progress, everyone. And for the Friday night stream, that's what we want. That's what we want. I kind of like the standing up stream. I feel like I get more movement, you know? I feel like if chat makes me mad, I can just like, come on, bah, give you one of those. And then what are you going to do next? What are you going to do? I know. Pretty intimidating guy. I'm not. I'm really not. They call me Captain Positivity. I don't know if people call me that. I don't know why I said that. Have you interviewed any detectives in your research, Katie? I have not. I have not. I am writing from the gut. It's sort of basing my... I don't really truly have a detective. It's more of a... There's sort of a trope in mystery novels that is sort of like the amateur sleuth, I guess would be the right word. It's more of someone pursuing a little bit more justice, less than someone being like, I have more observant skills than anyone else. But I'm basing most of my decisions for the mystery and the progression of the story based off of other media where they did interview those people. So it's sort of like a secondary source kind of thing, right? So like I watched the movie Fargo in preparation for this, the Coen Brothers movie, just to be like, I have this small town, I have like this detective, I have this crime. Let's see how they presented that information. What can I learn from them, from what they did? And then I'll probably find some other sort of interesting little mystery movie to watch as more further research. And that's the best kind of research to do, in my opinion. Research that you have fun doing. That's the Friday stream, everyone. I want to say shout out to Pro Writing Aid for sponsoring the stream. Yeah, I think it's awesome that they believe in writing theory and support writing theory in the way that they do, both with the YouTube videos and for this. Because of that, we don't have to run a bunch of ads. We just have to say at the beginning and end how much we appreciate that fact. I will be continuing the live streams. We are 1 full week into Novella November. We got 4 more to go. And if you just write at the same pace that you did, you're going to have that novella at the end of the week. No, not the week, the month. Whew, close one. If you do any writing over the weekend, drop your progress in the Discord. I would love to see it. If you had a good time tonight, then I hope to see you Monday, Wednesday, or Friday next week with the same time slots. And if there's another time that works better for you, Tuesdays and Thursdays in Central Time Zone, which is where I'm at, we go from 11 to 1 for our people, our friends who are across the pond. You can see all of those timestamps for the schedule in the Discord in the Start Here channel. Link to the Discord if you don't know what I'm talking about. Justin says, party on, bro, and everyone else. And I agree. Party on, everyone. Have a great weekend. Have a great time. If you can, sit down. Try to write a little bit more of your story. And when you join on Monday, I would love to hear about the progress that you made. Captain Positivity signing out. That's what they call me. I don't make the rules. I don't make the rules. All right, everyone. Have a great weekend. Have a great weekend. I can't wait to see you next week. We're going to have a ball. Goodbye, everyone. Goodbye. Goodbye.